Welcome back to the Vol State Sports Network, where we are about set for Game 2 to begin after Walter State took the first two games of the series. Yesterday's game, 4-1 victory for Walter State, and Game 1 of the doubleheader today, 9-4. Taz Butler out on the mound for the Senators in Game 3. He'll face the lineup. Goes like this. Logan Molnar back in the leadoff spot, playing shortstop. Zach Zimmerly batting second, but playing center field in this game. Stephen Bell moves back up to the 3-hole, playing right field. Cannon Lewis, the DH in cleanup spot. Connor Paul at first base, batting fifth. Christian Dunn behind the plate, batting sixth. Cam Hodges gets the start in left field. He's going to bat in the 7-hole. Drew Plummer back at second base, hitting eighth, and Landon Luderman getting his first action of the series. Batting ninth, playing third base, and on the mound for the Pioneers, freshman right-hander Chip Harris getting his fifth start, sixth appearance of the year. 2-1 record, 16 in the third innings, 17 hits, 15 runs, 14 earned, walked 11, struck out 16 as a 7.71 ERA. Chip, 6'2", 210-pound freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. He played at Clarksville High School, the son of Granville and Melinda Harris. He was a G-Mama in Clarksville and a Papa Nana also in Clarksville. So he gets his first conference start of the year. He will face Nate Connor leading off, playing right field. Denny Ortiz batting second, playing third base. Jack Vogeley in center field, batting third. Logan Sutton hitting cleanup, playing second. Zion Taylor, the DH, batting fifth. Jarrett Martin catching, batting sixth. Keaton Ray in left, batting seventh. Morgan Walker at first base, batting eighth. And Curtis Reed batting ninth, playing shortstop. So Logan Molnar stands in as we are set for Game 2. Butler, the right-hander, delivers a strike, swung on and missed. Game time temperature 55 degrees. Brought to you by Accurate Mortgage. Mike Hoover, the father of Gage Hoover, sponsoring Vol State baseball. Molnar, a couple hits in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Pops one out to right field. Nate Connor over with the glove up will make the catch.
Center fielder, number 9.
Zach Zimmerly will step to the plate. He's moving from left to center. Here he had a couple hits in Game 1. Went 2 for 4 at an RBI infield single. Swings at the first pitch. He drives one out to right field. Nate Connor turns the hips, facing the foul territory, and makes the catch.
Right fielder, number 22, Stephen Bell.
Stephen Bell will step to the plate, moving back up into the 3-hole. Bell 1 for 3 in the ball game just preceding this game. Fastball up and away. Swing and a miss. Bell trying to shoot one the left side there. Taz Butler from Sandy Springs, Georgia. St. Pius X High School. I believe that is actually in Chamblee, right off of, can't remember what that highway was, right where my son lived. So that pitch catches the outside corner. Is it whispered at it as it went by. He's a redshirt sophomore, 6'1", 195 pounds. 5-0 on the season. This is his 12th appearance, 10th start. Changeup misses down. Butler in 34 and two-thirds innings, only giving up 22 hits. 16 runs, 13 were earned. Fouled off. Walked 16, struck out 47 batters. 3.38 ERA. Two outs, nobody on here in the top of the first inning. Wind blowing out to the right as Butler spiked one there, and we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Cannon Lewis standing on deck. Just missed somewhere. Have no idea where that pitch missed. Stephen Bell will hustle down
The
to first
designated
base.
hitter, number 30, Cannon Lewis.
Lewis was 1 for 4 in game one. Had a single and an RBI in the third. If you weren't with us, Walter State were locked in a tie at 4-4 after 6.5 innings, but bottom of the sixth saw another grand slam off the bat of Senators hitter. Logan Sutton, their cleanup hitter, hit this one. Ortiz had a chance. Struck out as the second out of the inning. Lewis had to wait on that call, but umpire came out of that crouch and said that's a strike. Long pause. And a pitch in the exact same spot and the exact same result. Called strike. Cannon, a redshirt sophomore transfer from Roane State. Just got to Vol State campus in August. Runner goes, but its pitch just swung on and missed. And that will end the inning. Butler gets his first strikeout of the game. 4 come to the plate. 3 are retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. Head to the bottom of the first. Chip Harris will come out to grab the baseball and see how he fares against the 16th ranked team in the country.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now, Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers. If you're pursuing the CIT program at Vol State, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At Vol State, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at Vol State are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Chip Harris out on the mound for Vol State. Getting his first start in conference play. New batting lineup for
Right fielder, number
The Senators' Nate Connor moves from the 9 hole to the leadoff spot as Miles Smith has been taken out of the lineup. Connor, let's see if he's going to take some strikes. An 89-mile-an-hour fastball taken for a called strike. Connor 1 for 2 in game 1, an RBI double, drills one to deep right center field. This might have a chance, and it hits the trees for a leadoff home run by Nate Connor. And Walter State goes up 1-0. Connor's 5th home run of the year. Not the start that Chip Harris was hoping for. Second pitch he delivers is sent out to a 365. Daniel Ortiz steps in. That pitch 90 miles an hour, but over the glove of Christian Dunn. So 1 hit, 1 run. Big swing and a miss by Ortiz. Ortiz did not get a hit in game 1 of the doubleheader, and he's going to look at a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. 0 for 3. Scored a run after walking, just gets a piece of that off-speed pitch. Stay alive. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouls that one off. Another foul ball. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. On deck, Jack Vogley moving from left field to center field. It's drilled into center field. 2 batters, 2 hits for the Senators. Zimmerly bobbles the ball, and Ortiz is going to end up at second base on a single and an error. That'll be a single and an error to get Ortiz over to center field, as Zimmerly had trouble getting that
Center
one.
fielder, number 13, Jack Vogley.
Vogley, big game in game 1 of the doubleheader after going 0 for in yesterday's game. Looks at a called strike. 3 hits in 4 plate appearances, on base all 4 times. Scored twice. Pitch in the turf that gets by Christian Dunn, and Ortiz going to move over to third base on the wild pitch. So a single, an error, and a wild pitch has now moved Ortiz over to third. And the best hitter in the conference standing at the plate. It's not what you want. Standing out there is true freshman on the mound in TCCAA action. Gets the breaking pitch in there for a called strike. And a guy on deck with 5 RBIs in game 1 of the doubleheader. There's a ground ball. That'll get a run. Molnar gets a glove on it and finally gets his hand on it, bobbled that one, and that'll be an RBI, but Vogley reaches on the air, and Walter State leads 2-0.
Second baseman, number 25, Logan Sutton.
Chuck doesn't agree with me. You don't agree with me on that call right there, huh? I'm not the official score. Ground ball to third, over to second for 1, and a pick out of the turf for a 5-4-3 Dudette double play. And with 2 runs on the board in your 4th bat of the plate, that is just what the doctor ordered for the Pioneers.
The designated hitter, number 4, Zion Taylor.
Hard shot down to Luderman at third by Logan Sutton. And they turned that quickly. That's Luderman to Plummer to Paul. There's a slow roller down to first base, but it will drift foul. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike on the batter. Taylor got a pinch hit single in game 1. Swings at a high fastball. Dropped by Dunn, but apparently there were 2 strikes on him. I thought the first pitch was called a ball, but a strikeout of Zion Taylor. Two runs score. I have to check to see how the ruling was on Ortiz's getting to second, if they scored that a double or a single. So we're not sure about earned runs yet at this point, but 2 hits, and I've got 2 errors. Nobody left on base. 2-0 after 1. We'll be right back.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or a judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
Vol State is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. Vol State CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose Vol State because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
Top of the second, Walters State has a 2-0 lead. 2 runs in the bottom of the first. Couple miscues on my score sheet by Pioneer fielders. A leadoff home run by Nate Connor. That was, there's no question on that. Earned run.
First baseman, number 32, Connor Paul.
But I've got an unearned run is Ortiz. Reached on a single, but got to second on what I counted as an error out by the center fielder, Zach Zimmerly. First pitch swinging Connor Paul. It's a easy peasy lemon squeezy ground ball back to Butler for out number 1. Garrett Bruce has delivered some more words of the game this game 2. Words of the game for game 1 was fanatic, and what was the other one that I used? I'm already moving on to the next 2. He's given me a word and a phrase as Christian Dunn steps to the plate. Dunn getting his first at-bat of the series. He's a sophomore out of Collierville, Tennessee. Pops one in the infield. Curtis Reed will come together with Logan Sutton, who Sutton will make the easy catch for out number 2. So nothing too taxing so far for the
Left fielder, number 35.
Walters State infield. Cam Hodges steps to the plate. He's from right down the road. Sevierville, Tennessee. His high school teammate, fellow Smoky Bear, sitting to my left up here in the press box. Corbin Overbay is Hodges, who normally does like that first pitch, will take strike 1 on the fastball. Hodges I believe he's hitting .500 on the season. 7 for 14 limited action. This is his 10th game of the year, third start. He drills a base hit. He's now hitting over .500. Slices one down into right field. And he will be on with a 2-out single as they throw behind him. And Hodges having none of that. He's back on the base. So that is his 8th hit.
Second baseman, number 6, Drew Plummer.
And another 2-out base runner for the Pioneers. First hit of the game goes to Cam Hodges, the redshirt freshman, son of the sheriff. Sheriff's here, isn't he? Michael Hodges, his dad, Sevier County Sheriff, as Plum looks at a called strike. Drew started at second base in game 1, moved to behind the plate when Lex Falsoni was pinch run for. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Down in the count 0-2. Plum was 1 for 3 in game 1, scored a run after doubling. Also had a sacrifice. One hopper, that'll get off the glove of Curtis Reed and move into left center field as Pioneers have 2 on. There's the first error of the game for Walter State as both teams having a little trouble getting the ball in their glove.
Third baseman, number 5, Landon Lutterman.
Landon Luderman steps to the plate. He's 9-hole hitter playing third base. He started that double play, 5-4-3 in the first. Taz Butler got the first 2 outs quickly here in the second, but he's struggling to get the third out. Landon Luderman, also from Knoxville, Tennessee. He played at Knoxville Catholic High School, just down the road, about 45 minutes. Son of Daniel and Shannon Luderman. Got to believe they're here in attendance. Not a whole lot of Vol State fans here, or fanatics, as we used in game 1. Reed starts to go behind the runner, goes back to his position, and Butler misses again high and outside to Luderman. Luderman playing his 19th game of the year, 16th start. Has 1 home run and 9 RBIs. Looking to get healthy in this game right here. 3-0 turns into a 4-0 walk. Second walk of the game for Butler. Now back to the top of the lineup, Logan Molnar. He flew out to right field. He and Zimmerly, who's on deck, both flew out to Nate Connor in the first. Steps to the plate, hitting .272. He's got 1 long ball and 11 RBIs. Pioneers do not have a grand slam all year long. Ducks away from the breaking pitch that lands fairly close to what these umpires have been calling strikes. So a ground out and a pop out to start the inning. A single, an error, and a walk have loaded the bases. Cam Hodges, the rally starter down at third base. Drew Plummer with a hot shot to short that Curtis Reed could not glove. And then a walk to Luderman. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Got an email from the Mizels in Metropolis, Illinois, dropping in on the Vol State Sports Network. Swing and a miss by Molnar, and Butler gets out of the jam with the strikeout, his second of the game. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 runners left on base. Pioneers stranded 3 twice in game 1, and not what you need to do against these powerful Senators. So hello to Jamie Mizell, Jace's mother, who's maybe still listening on our Vol State Sports Network YouTube channel. Saw Jace last weekend, was it, Corb? Last weekend he was in for the Dyersburg State Series. You look good, look strong. It's always great to see Jace Mizell. Loved his family, grandparents, parents. They were, not only were they at the games, they were also listening in on the broadcast while they were at the games. So, you know, folks, this is why I do it. I enjoy bringing you the broadcast when you can't be here, but it gives me a warm feeling knowing that you're listening even when you are at the ball game, because you sure don't have to. You can see it for yourself. So the Mizell grandparents, the Rices and the Mizells, great folks. But Jamie, thank you for emailing at treesports@gmail.com. Mimi hitting the email regularly on game 1 is her grandson, Caden. Had a good showing there. Jarrett Martin steps in and promptly fouls the first pitch he sees from Chip Harris over to his dugout mates. Breaking pitch held there by Christian Dunn, but does not get the call. Solo shot by Nate Connor to start the game for the Senators. Put them up 1-0. There's a shot to right field. Stephen Bell's not going to get to that one. Martin's going to go to extra bases. Bell digs it out of there and gets it back in the infield. And I'll agree that is a double. Jarrett Martin starts the inning off, getting in scoring position for Keaton Ray, who steps to the plate, gets his first start of the series, playing left field. Fastball misses outside. Ray hitting .354. Checked swing. Does ruled to have gone across the plate. Jarrett Martin's 6th double of the year. He came in hitting .347. Ground ball. Noah Eatman tried to make a play over there, I think. Or is that Garrett Bruce? Sorry to both of you for confusing. I got a bunch of poles and netting in my way. I can't see exactly who that is. Popped up on the left side. Landon Luderman looking up into high in the sky over toward the dugout, and he's going to come back. He's going to watch it hit the turf. And he took his eyes off of it as he looked at the dugout. And when he tried to recover where it was, I saw the slumped shoulders right away, and I said, he's not getting that one. He came back about 10 feet to his left and fell right into the coach's box cutout. There's a ground ball to the right side. Plummer gloves and throws on to first to get Ray. Martin moves on up to third base. Works like a sacrifice bunt, only it's an 0 for 1 on Keaton Ray's score sheet. Morgan Walker moved down in the lineup. He was batting 5th in the first 2 games, now batting 8th. He was 1 for 3 in the doubleheader, game 1. A single, dumped one into right field for an RBI in that 5th. It's one fly out to Stephen Bell. He can't see it, and he's going to have that one fall to the ground. Walker Morgan's going to get an RBI and end up with a triple. The Sun field is wearing out the right side of the ball field.
Shortstop, number 9.
Morgan Walker can thank the good Lord above for allowing the clouds to have parted for that one. Curtis Reed looks at strike 1. So a double, well-earned double. Would have been a sacrifice fly. That ball's drilled out the left field. Cam Hodges back, and he is at the track and can't make it. It's off the wall. It's going to be another extra base hit. Throw to third is not going to be in time. Curtis Reed is back-to-back triples. Make the score 4-0. Hodges was getting to the wall. Of course, he's not familiar with the track out here at all and got right to it, but could not haul that one in. So back-to-back triples. Scored 2 runs here in the 2nd. Back to the top of the lineup, Nate Connor looks at a strike. Surprise there, right? It goes toward the Walters State dugout. Already had one that's gone in there. I didn't hear any reports of any injuries. Chip Harris working quickly. And the fastball is up. Guess that wasn't Noah Eatman over there on that clipboard, because Noah Eatman's now in the Ball State bullpen, loosening up. Slow roller down the right side. Count remains 1 ball. I got a ball, 2 strikes. 0-2 on the scoreboard. And that one's just dumped into right center field. That's an RBI single. And Walters. And the throw gets away, and Connor's going to move over to second. I don't know, look down at my sheet. Who made that throw? Trying to get the runner at first.
Third baseman, number 27, Daniel.
So an error on Logan Molnar. I look at the replay. See it now. Check swing by Ortiz. Fouls it down the first base line. So an RBI single for Connor. Scores Reed. Then the 3rd error of the game by Vol State. 2nd by Molnar. Shortstop gets the runner to second. A lot of red showing on the score sheet for Vol State, not helping out Chip Harris. Trying to go inside. Ortiz singled into center field in the 1st. Ball was bobbled by Zimmerly. He drives a base hit over the outstretched glove of Logan Molnar. Hodges up with it quickly and gets it into the cutoff man. Be runners at the corners for Walters State with only 1 out.
The center fielder, number 13, Jack Boakley.
5th hit of the game, or the inning, for Walters, and the 7th for the game for the Senators. Sam Folks, the pitching coach, will go out and have a chat with Chip Harris. Try to settle him down as Jack Vogeley, the best hitter in the conference, batting average-wise, will step to the plate. I think I had a message yesterday that showed up on YouTube from Jacob Messer, who 3-year player for the Pioneers down in Memphis, Tennessee, was checking in, talking about something I had mentioned about Zimmerly, and he had made some kind of a comment about Zimmerly. I don't know. Messer will show up on the feed from time to time, sporadically. So Vogeley, who's at the plate right now, just got word. It's a single. That another single right there is that's a Baltimore chop over the third baseman's head. And that will drive in another run. 6-0. Vogeley's, what I had shown as an error in the first inning on Molnar, was ruled in the home dugout as an infield single. So it's actually 8 hits, now 9 hits. Logan Sutton, who grounded into a 5-4-3 double play at the plate. Not a ball, it's called a strike. Ground ball to the right side. It's going to take a great effort. Plummer dives, throws, and gets Sutton on a outstanding play there. Both runners move up 90 feet. But a fantastic play by Drew Plummer to dive. Logan Sutton feels like he's the odd man out here. He has been to the plate twice and has gotten 3 outs. Now the 9th batter to come to the plate here in this inning, Zion Taylor steps in. And off-speed pitch popped up into shallow left center field. It's going to be a tough play. Hodges will come in and make the catch. 2 back-to-back ESPN top 10 plays. Cam Hodges with the sliding catch for out number 3 to get the Pioneers out of further damage. I didn't think he had a prayer. Do you think he had a prayer to get that in Corp? Huh? Had he ever made a play like that in high school? He made them all the time, didn't he? He was a defensive star at Smoky Bear Stadium there in Sevierville, Tennessee, Sevier County High School. I got 4 runs scored in the inning. They're only showing 3 up on the board, but I think they got 4. We'll get it corrected here in between innings. I got a score of 6-0. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now, Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers. If you're pursuing the CIT program at Vol State, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At Vol State, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at Vol State are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Every
6-0 lead for Walter State as we move to the top of the 3rd inning. Taz Butler staked to 6-run lead. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the Pioneer lineup. Zach Zimmerly, Stephen Bell, Cannon Lewis. As right now, the line that I have is 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Walters. And No runs, 1 hit, and 2 errors for Vol State. Zimmerly flew out to right field on the first pitch he saw in the first. Squares around a bunt, takes a pitch high.
Zimmerly, Bell, and Lewis do up there, and they're checking across the complex. The Lady Senators down right now. In the bottom of the 7th, 8-2.
Popped up and out of play. Butler has faced 10 in 2 innings. Left the bases loaded in the top of the 2nd, striking out Logan Molnar to end the inning. And then his mates got 4 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. It was an extra base fest for Walters. Double, a couple triples, and then 3 singles. Back to back to back. They picked up 4. There's a ground ball that's cut off by Ortiz. He throws against his body and over to Walker Morgan to retire Zimmerly. He was running straight towards second base and had to throw across his body. Nice play by Ortiz. He's made some nice plays. He's had some flyers or balls in the turf as well, but he has made some nice plays. But let me not forget to put stars on a couple plays by the Pioneers to get the last 2 outs in the 2nd. Stephen Bell steps in, takes fastball high and away. Bell walked in the first, was stranded at first base. Slices one to the left side, it gets out of play. Have our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone alumni spotlights coming up after this half inning. Change up down in the turf. Cam Hodges with a single and a sparkling play in left field. There's the first action of the series. There's another one that's jammed down in the turf. Tejas Butler from the Atlanta area, Sandy Springs, Georgia. Good looking right-hander out there on the mound. And he is struggling throwing strikes to Stephen Bell, though. He draws his 2nd walk. That's the 3rd walk of the game.
The designated hitter, number 30, Cannon Lewis.
Cannon Lewis, who struck out to end the 1st, steps to the plate. Son of Ryan and Daphne Lewis. I think they're here in attendance. He's going to look at a called strike. Looked at a couple of those in his first at-bat. Lewis hitting .264, playing in game number 22. It's his 18th start of the year. 14 hits, 2 home runs, 17 RBIs, swings and misses. And a disappearing off-speed pitch there. That's going to be 2 right there. Grounded to second, on to short, and over to first base for a 4-6-3 double play to get Butler and the Senators out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Walters State, this is how they lull you to sleep. 2 in the first, 4 in the second. You got to be careful right here as Chip Harris coming back out for inning number 3. Let's get to our Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone Alumni Spotlight. For Game 2, I missed Chris Deckard, a pitcher in 93 to 95. D-E-C-A-R-D, Deckard. And Sean Page, left fielder in 88 and 89. I don't know either one of those gentlemen, but they have bricks in the alumni brick patio that the alumni folks are trying to get, fully enveloped, I guess. About 40 or 45 bricks that have been assigned, but $100 a brick, and you can get your sophomore or second-year player, grandson or son, a brick in their memory in the alumni brick patio. It's just inside the fence at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex as you come in the main entrance. If you're interested, send me an email at treesports@gmail.com. Jacob Messer needs to do that. He doesn't have a brick in that spot. I think Big Jake Charlo, his dad, is working on that. But I'll tell you who's got one in there, Jace Mizell. Jamie Mizell, or I think actually they got money from both sets of grandparents on that one. And Bobby Hudson, the athletic director, somebody showed me a check, said this is from one of the Mizells, but we already bought that brick. So they still had the check 6 months, 10 months later. So you can write that one off. Not sure if that was the Rices or the Mizells. Jared Martin fouls that pitch straight back. Got a couple of the guys, Eli Klopfelter, Jace Mizell, Landon Godsey from a year ago's team. They've got bricks in the alumni brick patios. Harris coming back after the first 2 pitches missed. Jarrett Martin doubled the lead off the second inning. Looking at a 2-2 pitch and swings. Apparently just got a piece of that one. Overhand breaking pitch misses a little bit high. Of a Full Count Ministries full count. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have another Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Coming out of the book of Hebrews, Corbin Overbay probably has this one memorized. No, I'm just kidding. These guys are not much into the memorization of Scripture yet. They'll learn one day, hopefully. 3-2 pitch is low and inside. You got one? We can't go John 3:16, Corpse. We can't. We that's just too much of a gimme. Okay, we can't go.
K through 6th grade in Sunday school was one of 2 people to memorize every single Bible verse every week.
Wow, look at you. That walk right there will end the afternoon for Chip Harris as Jim McGuire is out to get the baseball from Chip Harris. I think that's going to be Noah Eatman out there. As I look around the pole, it is sophomore right-hander from Parrish, Florida, 6'1", 205-pounder. The son of Dave and Monique Eatman. Wonderful people who come up from that dreary place down there just outside of Tampa and Bradenton, Florida that nobody likes to go to. The Eatmans were up last weekend or 2 weekends ago. Gosh, it seems, was it last weekend they were up? Might have been 2 weekends ago. No, it had to have been last weekend. Noah is a grandson of Papa in Inglewood and Gigi in Parrish, Florida. He is headed to Kaiser University in West Palm Beach, Florida. NAIA school down there. He will leave Middle Tennessee, but it'll be a long time before it ever leaves his heart, I'm pretty sure. He's going to remember his 2 years at Vol State and in Middle Tennessee, I'm quite confident they're already talking about their time to come back to visit. So Chip Harris ends up going 2+ innings. Gives up 9 hits, 6 runs. I think 5 of those were earned. Walked 1. Struck out a batter. Gave up 1 home run. It was a big fly. Grand slam. It was going to take a little hit to that ERA as he gives up 5 earned runs in 2 innings. And right now on the hook for the loss. Unless Pioneers can come back in this one. Down 6-0. The runner on base is Harris's responsibility.
Once again, the left fielder, number 16,
Eatman
Stephen Ray.
on for his 13th appearance of the year. That leads the club. And he will face Keaton Ray, who lines the first pitch he sees into right field for a base hit. Bell up with it quickly and back in to the infield. Now first and second.
The first baseman, number 28.
Morgan Walker. And there I got it. I finally did it. Probably called him that in the first. Wrote it in my book wrong. Walker Morgan. Don't call me Morgan Walker. He hit a fly ball out to Stephen Bell in right field that Bell lost in the sun after Jarrett Martin had doubled and Keaton Ray had grounded out. And that drove in Martin. Because of the sun, ruled a triple a hit, even though not sure what part of Bell's body it hit, but might have hit his glove, might have hit his shoulder, chest, I'm not sure. I don't think it hit him in the noggin, but 2-0 pitch from Eatman's drilled down the left field line. That's trouble if it's fair, and it's fair. Morgan's going to have his second extra base hit as ball gets back into the infield as 1 run has scored. That run is charged to Chip Harris.
The shortstop, number 9, Curtis Reed.
So Morgan now with a triple and a double. He's halfway to the cycle. Nice stop by Christian Dunn on the pitch in the turf. I actually got a little premature in scoring Chip Harris. He ends up with 7 runs on. There's 6 that are earned. Breaking pitch stays inside. Got goes 2 balls and no strikes. So Noah Eatman is treated rudely here as he's entered for Chip Harris. Count now 3 balls and no strikes as Eatman in trouble of loading the bases in front of Nate Connor, who's homered and singled. There's a called strike. Reed also tripled to left field. Drove in Morgan, standing at second base with Keaton Ray at third. Swing and a miss on a high, tight fastball. Full Count Ministries, full count. Seven to nothing as Walter State got the touchdown and the extra point, and now they have the bases loaded.
Right fielder, number 17, Nate
Connor will step to the plate. He homered in the first and singled to center field. Went to second on the errant attempt to throw behind him by Logan Molnar. There's a Fastball 4 called strike. Pioneers need a do-dat double play in the worst way, although last weekend they got a do-dat triple play. Not your normal 5 to 4 to 3 triple play. Actually, I'd probably have to look back at the score sheet to see how that happened. Ground ball. What do you think it was? That was a line drive. That's what it was. Waltz was on the mound. Carter Waltz was on the mound. And I think the bases were loaded. Nobody out. So that pitch is fouled off to the left side. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Waltz is on the mound with bases loaded, nobody out. Line drive comes back to him. It just falls in his glove. I mean, the ball was smoked right back to Waltz. He catches it. 2-2 pitch, misses outside. Full count, Ministries full count. Throws to third base. Walker Strange standing on the base. I didn't think they called him out at first, but apparently they did. And then was it Walker? I think it was Walker. Then throws on to first base to complete the double play as Connor gets the walk and another run scores. It's his 3rd RBI of the game. This is a lot easier.
Third baseman, number 27,
than his others.
Daniel Ortiz.
Daniel Ortiz steps to the plate. Ortiz, couple singles. Looking to put the exclamation mark on this one. Got the snowman on the scoreboard out there, 8-0. Ortiz licking his chops. Looks at an 0-1 pitch right there that looked pretty close. Ortiz stands in the box. He is calm, cool, and collected. Pitch that was inside to Ortiz. That almost seemed like a defensive swing. I've got to hit this ball before it hits me. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Senators' third baseman. Started every game. He hits a ground ball to third. Luderman on to second and on to first base, and there it is, a do-dat double play. Another 5 to 4 to 3. And another run scores with 2 outs.
The center fielder, number 13, Jack Vogley.
I already put that run up on the board. Let's not give him too many. So no RBI to Ortiz. Just what the doctor ordered for Noah Eatman. Ground ball to second. Plummer takes a little look at that ball after he collects it and throws on to first base to retire Vogley for the first time in this game. But the Senators push across 3 more. Now lead 9-0 after 3. We're scheduled for 7, but right now the 10-run rule is looming large for Walter State. We'll take a break. Be right back on the Vol State Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now, Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers. If you're pursuing the CIT program at Vol State, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At Vol State, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at Vol State are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. If you desire to make a difference in your community, visit ballstate.edu to learn more.
Dead air, folks. Can't have that slacking up here in game 2. New pitcher on the mound for Walter State, number 15, Gage Peterson on for Taz Butler, 6'5", 220-pound right-hander from Jonesboro, Tennessee. Went to David Crockett High School. Don't call it Davy Crockett. You can't call it Davy Crockett. It's called David Crockett. It's what it's typed on the roster here. Corb, did you guys play Davy Crockett High School?
We did.
The Sevier County Smoky Bears taking on the Davy Crockett Coon Hats. What were they called?
Fans now pitching for the Senators, number 15, Gage Peterson.
Gage Peterson.
Pinch hitting for the Pioneers, number 20, Carson Sanders.
They knocked us out first round of the playoffs in football.
Carson Sanders pinch hits for Connor Paul. Gets his first AB of the series. Freshman out of Clarksville, Tennessee. Takes the first pitch high and inside. The son of two colonels. He drives one into right center field. That will get down and roll into the gap. It'll be cut off. Sanders going to have to hustle to get to second. And he's has a stand-up double. It's Carson's first hit in a good while.
The catcher, number 23, Christian Dunn.
Second hit of his collegiate career. First extra base hit picked up right here at Walter State. It brings to the plate Christian Dunn. Only the second hit as Dunn takes a whack at a fastball high and outside. Dunn popped out to the second baseman in the second. Looking to get the Pioneers off the schneid here. He is down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Looking for the first, or the Framework Athletics first run of the game. Ball 1. Doctors Jared and Jill Sanders back home in Clarksville, Fort Campbell Colonels. His younger sister Claire might be watching on the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube. Strike 3 called. Christian Dunn down on strikes. He's now 0 for 2. First strikeout for Peterson. Bring Cam Hodges to the plate. He's singled in
Left
right
fielder,
field.
number 35, Cameron Hodges.
Made a sparkling play out in left field. See if Cam can keep it rolling with his folks here in attendance. Lays off the fastball that's down low. Cam now 8 for 15, hitting over 500. He is vying for more playing time. Been hot lately. He gets a shot down to third base. Ortiz gloves. He'll throw on to first base, and Sanders stays put at second. Hard hit ball, but right at Ortiz.
Second baseman,
Drew
number
Plummer
6,
steps
Drew
to the
Plummer.
plate. He reached on an error by Curtis Reed. Hit a one-hop ground ball to Reed. He took his eye off the ball and rolled into left field. Met and talked to his dad. Did find out that he did, in fact, play for the Belmont Rebels back in 87 and 88, I believe he told me. Played a couple years there for legendary coach Dave Witten. Same coach that I played for. I finished in 1982. He left and went and played football at Mount St. Joe in Cincinnati. And the guy that I played high school baseball with, Chuck Murray, was the head baseball coach there at the time. Longtime coach, so he knows Chuck Murray, also known as Stats. I don't know that Danny Reed, Curtis Reed's dad, knows that Chuck Murray's nickname in high school was Stats. Plum looking at a 1-ball, 2-strike count with 2 outs and a runner at second. Ball driven out to right field, but Nate Connor will get over to make the catch for the 3rd out. So the leadoff double is wasted by Carson Sanders, but that had to feel good for the freshman to finally get one after a pretty good while since that first hit of his collegiate career. Glad we could bring that on the Vol State YouTube channel for him to go back and relive. Probably not going to be able to view it really well, but nothing I can do about that. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Vol State down 9-0. Looks like we're going to have some changes. I'm guessing Carson Sanders will go out to first base. He is. Let's see if we've got. Looks like we got a change out in right field. Is that Cam Hodges moving to right field? Cam Hodges moving to right. I'm guessing that's Drew Webster out in left field. It's a good guess. Stephen Bell's moving over to center field. So Drew Webster will go into Zach Zimmerly's place in the order. Landon Luderman still at third. Logan Molnar still at short. Drew Plummer at second. And Christian Dunn behind the plate. So Drew Webster is the new left fielder, but he goes into the number 2 slot for Zach Zimmerly as Stephen Bell moves to center field. Cam Hodges moves from left to right field. As we move to the bottom of the 4th. Logan Sutton should be leading off here, and it is number 25. Noah Eatman delivers a first pitch strike to Sutton.
Second baseman, number 25, Logan Sutton.
He's 0 for 2. Grounded into a double play in the first and grounded out to Plummer. Made a nice diving play for the second out in the second inning. Carson Sanders, the new first baseman. Swing and a miss by Sutton. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 ground outs today for Logan in game 2.
That's dropped into right field. Nice little dump shot there by Sutton as that ball gets away from Molnar, but not far enough for Sutton to move up. That's his first hit of the game.
The designated hitter, number 4, Zion Taylor.
Taylor looks at a pitch outside. Twelfth hit of the game for Walter State. Pitch gets in the turf, and Sutton will move down to second on the wild pitch. Taylor 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. That was the play that ended the second. Cam Hodges came sliding on his seat to make the catch. There's a ground ball up the middle. That's going to scoot through. There's going to be the 10th run of the ball game. Throw to the plate cannot be cut off. The runner's going to move up, and the throw gets by the second base bag there. This could be an inside the park Little League home run, but Coach Shelton holds on to Keaton Ray at third base, and not looking pretty, the fielding that's going on at this point. So a single and an RBI for Taylor, but he moves to third base on a couple errors. One on the throw as Coach McGuire is going to come out. We're going to have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. That'll give me a little time to figure out my score sheet here on how many errors there were. There was 2 errors on that play. We'll take a quick break and tell you about the new pitcher and the scoring for that last play in just a minute.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now, Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers. If you're pursuing the CIT program at Ball State, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At Vol State, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at Vol State are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. If you desire to make a difference in your community, visit ballstate.edu to learn more.
Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Cooper Anderson, freshman right-hander from Ravenwood High School, Franklin, Tennessee. 6 foot, 175 pounds, son of David Anderson and Christina Sargent. He is on in relief of Noah Eatman.
Fans, here's our changes. We have changes at the beginning of the
Eatman goes
inning.
an inning plus.
Remaining in the game and playing first base.
Gives up 3 hits.
Carson Sanders.
Right now has given up
Number 7, Drew Webster.
3 runs, but
From left to center, number 22.
runner on
Bell.
third base, his
And
responsibility.
playing right field, number 35, Cameron Hodges. Now pitching
Zion Taylor got a single
number 37.
into center field. Throw in from Bell trying to get the runner, I'm assuming, at the plate is wide of the cutoff man, and then the return throw from Landon Luderman to second base to try to get Taylor moving up. Goes into center field, and Taylor moves to third on that. Ground ball to Luderman at third. He looks the runner back, throws on to first base. Carson Sanders stretches out to make the catch. There's the first out of the inning. It was Jarrett Martin that grounded out.
Left fielder.
Keaton Ray steps to the plate. Ray's 1 for 2. Ball gets in the dirt. That's going to get by Dunn, and run scores. Bases now are
37. I've got him as 52.
Cooper Anderson on the hill with a wild pitch there allows Taylor to score. It's now 11-0 on the wild pitch. And another one.
another pitch to the
Pitching number 37. Cooper
backstop.
2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here in the inning.
The umpire says, I'll get that one.
Walter stayed on top. Keaton Ray at the plate was 1 for 2 in game 2. 2 balls, right? Yes.
That first one looks, as I look back at a replay, looks like that might have been a pass ball, not a wild pitch. So that will make a difference That pitch gets in there for a called strike. See if I can do another replay of that on a large screen. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be a pass ball. Not sure how the official score will rule that, but that's what I look at. There's a former catcher. We'll have a full count. Ministries full count. I know pitchers, they appreciate at least that not everything that goes down low is considered that. High fly ball foul. So right now, it couldn't be any more of an unearned run. Taylor should have been standing at first base, but that second wild pitch actually would have brought in Taylor. Another lost ball on the other side of, is that on the road out there? Is that what's on the other side of the fence there? There's not the David Crockett Parkway. Fouled straight back.
Piece of trivia. Davy's father was David. He was a junior.
Maybe the high school's named after Davy Crockett's dad then. I'm guessing no. High fly ball out to center field, sends Stephen Bell back. He is turned around, and that's going to be in the trees. Keaton Ray delivers a solo home run just to the right of the batter's eye to put Walter State up 12-0.
Pinch hitting for the Senators, number 18, Noah Ward.
No, that's the wrong team. Pinch hitting Cade Hitson for Walter State. Breaking pitch just misses. Cade Hitson is a redshirt freshman from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Ground one into right field for a base hit.
Well, they can combine for the cycle, couldn't they?
Walker Morgan, who tripled and doubled, been lifted for a pinch hitter.
Pinch hitting for the Senators, number 2, Jack Torbett.
Jack Torbett, redshirt freshman from Johnson City, pinch hitting. Pinch hitting in the 9th spot where Curtis Reed has been hitting. Reed went 1 for 1 with a triple and a walk. High ball to deep left field, but that will hook foul. Got another pinch hitter standing on deck. Brantley Bamberg, the DH in yesterday's game, with a bat in the on-deck circle. And Torbett goes down on strikes for out number 2. Keaton Ray, that was his 8th home run of the year.
Fans pinch hitting for the Senators.
Brantley Bamberg is
Brantley Bamberg.
pinch hitter here for Nate Connor, who went 2 for 2. Home run, a single, and also walked, had 3 RBIs in the game. Bamberg looks at a breaking pitch called a strike. in the bottom of the fourth inning. Nice slide over to the right by Christian Dunn to keep that one in front. Break pitch popped up in the infield. Let's see. Landon Luderman's going to be able to make the catch, and he will. That will end the inning. But 3 runs come in. Those will all be earned. 4 hits. There were 2 errors. Ended up not costing because of that home run from Keaton Ray, and 1 runner left on base. 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third, and 3 more in the fourth have Walter State up 12-0. Ball State's going to have to score 3 in the top of the 5th, or this ball game's going to be over. Better get to quick commercial, and then we'll be right back on the Ball State Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now, Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers. If you're pursuing the CIT program at Ball State, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At Vol State, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at Vol State are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Tim Reese back on the Vol State Sports Network, where we move to the top of the 5th inning. New pitcher on for Walter State, Johnny Stevens. Right-hander out of Ashland, Kentucky, Boyd County High School. Is a redshirt sophomore, 6'1", 190 pounds.
Fans remaining in the game, playing first base, number 29, Brantley Bamberg.
Johnny Stevens, a 5.28 ERA. This is his 11th appearance of the year, his 10th in relief. Top of the 5th, Landon Luderman lines the first pitch he sees from Johnny Stevens back up the middle. It's his first knock.
Correction, right field 18, Cade hits it. Good pitch hitter, but I don't see who it is. 16?
It's going to be Gage Hoover as your next hitter for Logan Molnar. Hoover, freshman, wearing number 16. Son of Mike and Angie Hoover. Number 2023 Mr. Baseball out of Stewart's Creek High School. Pioneers looking to get on the board here. As I said, need to score at least 3 to keep this game going. Gage Hoover's going to get a base hit in the left center field. So 2 singles here off the bat of Landon Luderman and Gage Hoover to lead off against Johnny Stevens. That's back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit.
Number 7, Drew Webster.
Drew Webster gets his first at-bat of the ball game. Pioneers had 2 hits in the ball game and now have 4. Breaking pitch misses low. Webster, who came in left field, the bottom of the 4th. In for Zach Zimmerly, getting an at-bat. Pulls away from a fastball at 89 miles an hour. It's called a strike. Drew, the son of Rustin and Gail Webster, sophomore from Christ Presbyterian Academy. One day probably going to end up a football coach or in the NFL somehow or another. Another member of the Full Count 242D group. Met with 5 of them this morning. Drew Webster, Caden Johnson, Caleb Pika, Zach Zimmerly, and Noah Eatman were the 5 that were at the hotel. There's a fastball right down the can for a called strike. Slow roller down to third base. That's going to be a tough play. Drew Webster going to reach first base. The throw by Ortiz goes down the right field line, and Pioneers are going to score 1. And runners are going to be at second and third as the shutout is broken. We'll have to see how they score that. Scoreboard operator gives him an error. I'm going to give him a hit. Tit for tat on scoring here. We have a pinch hitter. Jack McGlory is going to get a pinch hit opportunity. See if this is Jack's
12, Jack McGlory.
first at bat of the year. He's pitched in a number of contests, but has not gotten. Looks at a first pitch strike, and there is nobody out. Jack McGlory, a two-way player, freshman from Independence High School. Ortiz will get at least an error on the throw because Webster moves down to second base. Luderman comes around to score. And 3 pitches, and McGlory is going to have a seat. We're going to have another pinch hitter. Brady Nepper is going to pinch hit for Cannon Lewis. Nepper was in as a pinch runner and then came and played second base in game 1 of the doubleheader. Keeping a score sheet. It takes a little bit of doing here to broadcast a game. Keep up with the cameras and write down who's doing what. I have back-to-back-to-back hits. Webster's slow roller to Ortiz. Tough play, but he throws on the run. Throws it wild down to first base. Bamberg's the new first baseman. Nepper, they're going to say he could not hold up on that breaking pitch. He's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The game continuing run is standing at second base. Swing and a miss, and Nepper down on strikes.
First baseman number 20, Carson Sanders.
Carson Sanders will get his second at-bat of the game. He doubled to lead off the 4th. We'll have a very abbreviated end of the game. So I need to get my equipment packed up to get on the bus. There's a base hit into center field. That's going to get down. This game's going to continue. Carson Sanders is going to pick up another double. He's not going to continue. He's running. He's going to stop. And the ball is dropped as he got back to second base. No error on the plays. You can't assume that he was going to be thrown out, but a 2-run double by Carson Sanders is going to continue this ball game. He picks up 2 doubles in the contest and 2 RBIs.
Catcher number 23, Christian
That scores Drew Webster and Gage Hoover. Those are earned runs. Pioneers score 3 here in the top of the 5th inning. Christian Dunn, who's 0 for 2, steps in. Breaking pitch catches the inside corner. Slow roller down the third base line. Let's see if they leave that. That's going to be fair. Stevens picks that one up, and another dribbler for a base hit. Puts runners at first and third, brought to you by Line to Line. Stephen Dotson and Bill Marbut, Game Time Sports Field. Another back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Cam Hodges, 1 for 2, steps to the plate. Ball State, 5 hits in the inning. Hodges looks at a fastball right down the can for a called strike. So single by Luderman to start the inning. Gage Hoover, the pinch hit single in the left field. And an infield single by Drew Webster, and an error on a throw by Ortiz moved runners to second and third. Hodges could not hold up on that breaker, and he's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. A strikeout to Jack McGlory and Brady Nepper, who pinch hit here in the inning. Then a double by Carson Sanders with 2 outs. There is a good morning, good afternoon, and good night as Hodges looks at strike 3s. Stevens strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits in the inning. Deliver 3 runs. 2 runners were left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Walter State can walk it off with a run. We'll see what happens. The Ball State Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now, Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers. If you're pursuing the CIT program at Ball State, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At Vol State, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at Vol State are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. If you desire to make a difference in your community, visit ballstate.edu to learn more.
A lot going on here between innings, folks. I am not calm, cool, and collected here. We go to the bottom of the 5th, trying to help out the public address announcer slash DJ slash scoreboard operator who announces pinch hitters as Daniel Ortiz is going to step to the plate here to face Cooper Anderson. Ortiz is thinking about a walk-off home run, no question. Looks at a breaking pitch outside. Jack Vogley is standing on deck. (12-3). There is a foul ball down the third baseline. So Gage Hoover remains in the game. He's out in left field. Drew Webster moves over to center. Cam Hodges over in right field. Landon Luderman at third. Drew Plummer moves from second over to shortstop. Jack McGlory in at second base. Swing and a miss. Anderson gets Ortiz. Second strikeout for Anderson. And we have a pinch hitter. Taylor Harris will pinch hit for Jack Vogley.
Pinch hitting for the Senators, number 8, Taylor Harris.
Taylor Harris, 6'3", 200-pound redshirt freshman from Woodstock, Georgia. gets his first at bat. He swings and hits a fly ball out to center field. Drew Webster moving over into right center field. He's going to make the catch for out number 2. Logan Sutton still has a bat. He's going to stay in the ball game.
Second baseman, number 25, Logan Sutton.
So the Pioneers come off the mat with 3 in the top of the 5th inning to continue this game, and 1 out away from getting another at-bat in the 6th. Breaking pitch misses outside. Sutton, no easy batter to get. Logan Sutton had a grand slam home run in game 1 of the doubleheader. He's 1 for 3 in this game. Takes a mighty cut there, fouls that one off. Pitch down low. Breaking pitch just missed outside. Count goes 3-1. Zion Taylor is on deck. There's a fastball in there for a called strike. A little bit of a delayed reaction there by our umpire, but we'll have a full count. Ministries full count to Logan Sutton, second baseman. Ball 4.
The designated hitter, number 4, Zion Taylor.
The first walk by Cooper Anderson came on in relief in the 4th inning of Noah Eatman. First pitch to Taylor is in there for a called strike. Taylor singled in 3 at-bats. 1 for 3, scored a run. Throw over to first. Very easy toss by Cooper Anderson. Ground ball up the middle. Plummer will snag it and step on second base. For out number 3. Taylor grounds into the fielder's choice. 6 unassisted. We will head to the top of the 6th. Pioneers only need 9. Actually, they don't need 9, but they'd sure like 9 to tie this game up. Might as well just go ahead and ask for the 10. Take a break. Be right back on the Vol State Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now, Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers. If you're pursuing the CIT program at Ball State, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At Vol State, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at Vol State are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Every day,
Tim Reese back on the Vol State Sports Network, where we move to the top of the 6th inning. Another new pitcher on for Walter State as they're coming out here, 1 per inning. Another right-hander, Aiden Robertson, 6'1", 165-pound freshman from Coffee County Central High School in Manchester, Tennessee. Johnny Stevens gives up 3 runs. on 5 hits. Did not walk a batter, struck out 2.
Number 6, Drew Plummer.
Drew Plummer will step in as the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Swings at a first pitch, popped up to the shortstop. See who that new shortstop is out there. Number 2, Jack Torbett is the new shortstop. So Plummer pops out, Landon Luderman steps in.
Number 5, Landon Luderman.
Singled on the first pitch he saw from Johnny Stevens in the 5th. Swings at the first pitch again, fouls it off. Swinging that big orange bat right there. He's 1 for 1, walked in the 2nd inning. Off-speed pitch misses inside. Fouled back. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Senators trying to get their 15th win in 18 tries. Breaking pitch misses just outside. We'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. We'll go ahead and do our Full Count Ministries verse of the game right here at the end of this half inning, as that ball's lifted down to left field. The left fielder, I think that's still Keaton Ray out there. 2 up, 2 down. Brings Gage Hoover back to the plate for his 2nd AB.
Number 16.
Singled and scored in the 5th. Breaking pitch lets that one go. It's called strike. Now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. It's Gage Hoover's 5th hit of the year. Came in hitting .222, 4 for 18, now 5 for 19. Just missed somewhere on that slider. Oh, my goodness. He's ready to go home. Called strike on the outside river area there. First strikeout for Aiden Robertson. Gets a 1-2-3 inning. And now I will do our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. See if I can find it here real quick. Out of Hebrews chapter 2. I don't have it handy. If we can find it real quick. Been working on the book of Hebrews. First 5 chapters here this week. If you want to read along with us, we'll be reading chapters 6 through 10 next week. And then we'll finish it up the following week. Chapter 2, verse 17 in the book of Hebrews says, "For this reason he had to be made like them, fully human in every way, in order that he might become a merciful and faithful high priest in service to God, and that he might make atonement for the sins of the people." Jesus is the high priest, and that's what one of the themes of the book of Hebrews talks about. That's what these 10 young men on the Vol State baseball team are learning, and you can learn right along. Full Count Ministries. Want to know more about the ministry? Go to fullcountministries.com. Find out all the ministry's doing for baseball players around the world. Jarrett Martin will lead off. Cooper Anderson back for his 3rd inning, 2nd full inning of work. First pitch Splitter misses low and away. Cooper Anderson spikes one there. Yeah, goes 2 balls and no strikes. Martin is 1 for 2. Doubled and walked, scored a couple runs. Fouls that one off. All it's going to take is 1 run for Walter State to end this ball game. Cooper Anderson trying to give his teammates a chance to hit in the 7th. That one goes in the turf. Count goes 3 balls and a strike to the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Martin from Savannah, Tennessee. Hardin County High School is going to draw the walk. First walk of the game for Anderson. I'm sorry, second. He walked Logan Sutton in the 5th. Keaton Ray steps in. He started this game hitting his 4th at-bat. Ground out single and his 8th home run of the year. If he hits his 9th, this ball game's over. He's waving that orange bat there as the off-speed pitch misses low and outside. So the winning run is on at first base. Jarrett Martin, Cade Hitson. The new right fielder stands on deck. There's a pitch inside. Keaton Ray with that look like throw me a strike. Pioneers have a road game scheduled for midweek. That one gets in there for a called strike. Scheduled to go to Vincennes, Indiana on Wednesday. There's a lot of rain all over the area, including in Vincennes, so I'm not sure that that game is going to be played. If so, we're going to try to go, as that one's a line down the right field line, but it will go foul. I will check with Vincennes if we think that there's going to be a game to be played to make sure that I'll be able to broadcast from there. If I can, I will, folks. 2-2 pitch. Misses down, blocked by Christian Dunn, apparently with his throwing hand. Well, the Full Count Ministries. Full count. See if we got any emails that I've missed. Mimi still sticking with us. She's following along. It's Caden Johnson's grandma. And another walk. Those runners at first and second with nobody out.
Right fielder, number 18, Cade Hitson.
Max Castle looks like he was maybe stretching in the bullpen. Lex Falsoni looks like he's picking up a glove to maybe warm him up, but not sure there's enough time to get Max Castle in the ballgame. First pitch to Hitson in there for a called strike. Swing and a miss on a 70-mile-an-hour. Not sure what that was. Changeup, I'm guessing. It is very slow pitch that Hitson could not hold up on. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. No further play needed. Down goes Hitson on strikes. 3rd strikeout for Anderson.
Shortstop, number 2, Jack Torbett.
Torbett, who struck out in the 4th, his first plate appearance, steps to the plate. Pioneers can finish this inning off with a doodat double play with correctly hit ground ball. First pitch to Torbett is high. Torbett playing in his 27th game of the year. Only has 2 starts, looks at a called strike. This is would be his 20th official at bat. And there's a ground ball. Could be just what the doctor ordered. 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. A do-dat double play. It is the third of the game for the Vol State infield. And as I said, just what the doctor ordered for Cooper Anderson. We'll go to the top of the 7th. This will definitely end it unless the Pioneers can score 9 or more to extend the game. Be right back on the Vol State Sports Network.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
Vol State is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. Vol State CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose Vol State because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
Another new pitcher on the mound for the Walter State Senators.
Fans now pitching for the
This
Senators.
is the 5th pitcher of the ball game. Matthew Porchas, Porchas, 6'4", 225-pound redshirt freshman from Ladera Ranch, California. He is on for the top of the 7th inning. So the Pioneers will send 2, 3, and 4 in the order to the plate. Right now, that is Drew Webster, Jack McLaury, and Brady Nepper. Aiden Robertson was the 4th pitcher on. He went 1, 2, 3 in his 1 inning of work.
Number 7, Drew
Struck
Webster.
out 1. Robertson had an infield single and went to second base on the errant throw by Daniel Ortiz at third base. Swings at the first pitch and comes up empty, 85-mile-an-hour offering from Porchas. Porchas in his 4th appearance of the year only has 1 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, does not have an earned run. Popped up out of play. Count now goes 1 ball, 2 strikes on Webster. He has struck out 4 of the 5 outs he's recorded. And there's make it 5 out of 6 as he gets Webster looking.
Number 12,
Jack McLaury struck out in his first at-bat of the year. Steps in there for his 2nd at-bat of the year. He looks at the first pitch here, and he takes a hack. Drives his first collegiate hit into right field. Give him the baseball. Son of the head coach at Independence High School, Mike McLaury. Brady Nepper steps in with a runner on and 1 out. That's the start of a 9-run inning, folks. How do you eat an elephant? 1 base hit at a time. Nepper, a bit of an umpire balk right there. I thought he was going to come out of that crouch and raise the right hand. He did not. Nepper also struck out in the 5th. Johnny Stevens. There's a slow roller to the pitcher's mound. Porchas will underhand to Bamberg. for the second out. McLaury moves down to second.
Number 20, Carson Sanders.
Carson Sanders is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. Steps to the plate. How about a big long ball just for the fun of it and for the nice ride home here, Carson Sanders. Strong young man. Get the right pitch with the right swing. That wasn't the right pitch. 5'11", 200 pounds. Hello to Papa and Grandma. It's the Isaacs down in Alba, Texas, and on Lake Fork. Pappy and Mammy in Houston, Texas. Let's see if I got an email here from Linda Isaacs. She'll email the show from time to time. I don't see one on there. Swing and a miss. And the Pioneers down to their last strike. One-two pitch. It's going to hit Sanders. He's going to reach base 3 times. The Senators fans not happy here. They're going to call that strike 3. He's calling it strike 3. Wow. 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 Jim McGuire just waves his hand at the umpire. And that's going to be a strikeout to end the game. That is, that's a dinner reservation right there. It's 4:57, folks, and he's got dinner at 5:30, and he's got to get out of here. That will end the ball game. Not to say that it wouldn't have ended soon anyway, but kind of a ticky-tacky way to finish this one. Strike 3, second strikeout for Porteous. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Final score 12-3. Walters State sweeps the Pioneers, and they move to 15-3 in conference play and get their 32nd win of the year. Against 9 losses, Vol State falls to 13-21 and 3-14 in conference play. Don't know who the winning pitcher is. I'll let you look at the box score when it probably hits here in just a minute to see who they say the winning and losing pitchers are. I'm going to go. Chip Harris is going to take the loss. He's going to fall to 2-2. That's no question there, but I would think the winning pitcher would end up being Gage Peterson as he pitched the 4th inning. But I will not surmise that. A game that went 1 hour and 54 minutes and went the distance. The Pioneers did not get run ruled. Small concessions, folks. Well, that'll do it from Morristown, Tennessee. Walters State, as Walters wins the doubleheader 9-4 and 12-3. Ball State will travel back home. Prayers would be appreciated for safe travel back home. And as I said, midweek game at Vincennes, 1-9 inning contest if weather allows. And then back home next weekend against Southwest Tennessee. For Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Head Coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you, take care, and we will talk to you next time on the Ball State Sports Network. Good night, everybody.